Good news! Oh, I just fucking got it stuck. Good start. Good start. I've put in, I don't know if you can see that, but I've put in a little survey so it will work. Hey? Just stopped working all of a sudden. I wonder why that is. Weird. Hang on just a sec, I'll find out what's wrong with it. Yeah, we've got a loose connection. Right, loose connection. Again? Fuck you! Right, we're gonna have to sort out this loose connection because it's being a bit of a dick. But it works! Just got a loose connection on the power on one of the motor leads, so I'll have a sort of that now. Okie pokie boy! Right, so this is what I've done so far. I basically took off all of the motor, electronic speaker controller, receiver. I've left the servo on there because I don't actually need to take that off at the moment. I'm not really doing anything with the front, it's all sort of rear end. I took all this off so I can work out why or where this short circuit or loose wire is. I mean, on the motor the solders aren't fantastic, but in theory they should work. It's not like it's come on, focus. It's not like it's actually, oh, that is so blurry. Sorry about the camera, guys, it's just not playing ball. But yeah, the solders, they look good enough, you know, there is contact on them, all the rest of it, so it should work. I'll resolder them anyway. I need to clean up the banana clips on that and also the banana clips on the motor. And also start measuring that and this plate out for the carbon fibre and start cutting it. On the other hand, what I have done, it looks a lot different, doesn't it? What I've done, take the spoiler off, is the guy has tried to paint it, and as you can tell, it's shabby. And don't know what he's doing with these black lines, but yeah. So apart from that British sticker, I just can't get it off. I'm going to have to submerge it in some soapy water and try and scrape it off. But all the bits that he's painted, whoa. It's alright, it's ABS, it's fine. That bit's nice. That black bit at the front's lovely. But all the rest of it is just, why? Why did you do that? Like, I mean, look at that. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so what I'm doing is I've also got on order, I've got, just in case it's actually an electrical problem with one of these two, I've got a new motor and new SC coming. I'll be ordering another battery. This battery is freaking awesome. I've got the standard battery for it. Where's that? It's in here. Or it's not. That's another thing. I also took this off. This was like on top and it used to rotate. I just didn't see the point of it. So I just took it off. I was like, well, that top deck, this top deck was used at once upon a time because it was like that. It was like that. And then that was like there. And I just couldn't see the point of having a 3-tier car. What's the point? Whatever goes on this, you could put on there. So I'll throw that fucker away. Anyway, so this there it is. It's in my little toolbox. This is the battery that came with it, and as you can see, there's absolutely no identifying marks on it whatsoever. I haven't got a clue what the milliamp an hour is. I don't know what wattage it is. I know for a fact it's not 7.2 volts because I put the blue one in, and don't get me wrong, it's pretty nippy, but I put that one in and you could hear it was you could hear that it was revving higher. And this one is fantastic. You can't really read it, but it's a VP racing battery, nickel metal hydrate, 2600. Again, it's not doing it. But right above my thumb it says 7.2 volt. Again, it just won't bloody focus. Hello? Nope. But yeah, this is a fantastic battery. It cost me, I think it was £10, £10, 20 pence with delivery, something like that. 2600 milliamp. So it's not like an hour-long battery, but it'll last 15 minutes ish. So yeah. And as I said, I got two colours to come to paint this. Got the original Mardave 205 stickers, like the lights and the windows and everything coming as well. I'm going to have to sand down all these black marks before I spray it. And it's also got like scratches and dinks and bent bits, and it's just really a shabby, it just looks nasty, it looks old and worn. So I'm just going to sand the whole thing down because it's ABS plastic, get a bit of emery wet and dry and just sand the whole thing down. These black lines don't need to come off, but I do need to make sure that they're feathered so that the black lines don't show up through the next colour. I'll leave it up to you to guess what the next colour is, but I've got it's going to be a two-tone colour for that. And as I said, I've got a few stickers to put on it, so on and so forth. But yeah, so this is basically part two, trying to strip it down, fix little bits, and then obviously once I've delved into this problem with these two and got to the bottom of it, I'll update you again. So yeah. Alright guys, monkey! Right, I've made a find. Gonna get you guys to see this. Is gonna be so blimmin' hard because it never wants to focus. But I found out why it didn't want to go all the time, and it's basically because this cable is quite literally ready to fall off. I mean, yeah, I don't know if I can show you, but come on, focus. I'll show you the thick one. So you got still not very good on that, but anyway, this side is thicker than this side, and basically this cable is literally, let's give it a go. Yeah, I thought so. This is why it kept being intermittent. On the last video I was saying, oh, I think the motor's knackered. It's not, it's actually just poor, well, I wouldn't say poor, but worn out soldering. So after stripping it completely down, obviously top deck's there and blah blah blah, put the servo in it, even got the ESC out. After stripping it down and realising that's the problem, loose connection, so a little resolder on that, that's coming up, a little resolder on that, and that should be done. I found out this is actually quite a rare servo, sorry, a rare speed controller, because this is not your standard ESC. This is a one cell 3.8 or 4.8 volt ESC. It's designed specifically for these models where they only run a one cell battery. So me yesterday, well, a couple of days ago, me putting that on it, 7.2 volt, No wonder this little thing was like, ah, and the motor was screaming when it was working, because I've put a 2-cell on it. I know it's nickel metal dehydrated or whatever the hell it's called. So it's a different type, but when they say 1-cell, 2-cell, they're on about lipos. And normally it's something like 3.7 volt for a 1-cell. Then you double it, so it's like 7.2 for 2-cell, and so on. So yeah, I've basically found out that my battery's a bit too powerful, which is fine. As I said, I've got a new motor and new ESC coming. Another thing I found out is this motor does 13,000 revolutions per minute. The new motor I've ordered does 29,000 revolutions per minute. So out of the box, this car can do 40 miles an hour with this motor and ESC. Now, the ESC and motor I've bought are more powerful than this. So it did 40 with 13,000 RPM. So I wonder what it's going to do with 29,000 RPM. My brain can't do the full maths, but we're expecting about 70 miles an hour out of this little car. I'm not even joking, because if it's with this motor and this ESC running basically 4 volts with all the gearing and everything else that's on it, I've got the 16 tooth gear, that setup 40 miles an hour. So I've bought bigger gears, fast. Somebody always bloody texts me when I'm fucking doing a video. Fuck off. But anyway, yeah. So I've got a feeling that after I've installed the new motor and that, it's going to be ridiculously fast. But anyway, I'll cut to me soldering this up, and we'll see if we can get this working.